Main gaining seems to be the new fitness buzzword. But what exactly is main gaining? When main gaining, you eat around your caloric maintenance level year round and focus on slowly adding muscle without gaining fat. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you why main gaining is killing your gains. But hold your horses, before we dive any further into the video, I do want to clarify that I'm not against main gaining. It definitely has its time and its place. So if you're a keyboard warrior, please make sure you've watched the whole video through before you dive into the comment section and start berating me, as I hope to cover this topic in as much detail as possible. So I think the first problem that becomes quite apparent with main gaining is no one seems to understand what main gaining is. I've watched several videos on main gaining and the specifics are so vague that even if you flick to comment sections, you'll see people bickering over what it is and whether it actually even works. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be using Greg Doucette's description from his video, How to Maintain the Right Way.
And again, what does main gaining mean? It means to keep your body fat the same while building muscle.
So in a nutshell, all you have to do is eat at maintenance and train harder than last time, and you will build muscle while staying at the same body fat percentage. Sounds great, but my mama always told me if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. I've been training consistently for well over 5 years now, and I've bulked and cut as well as main gained myself, so I think it gives me good authority to share what I've learned so you don't end up spinning your wheels like I did in the past. The fundamental flaws with main gaining. Okay, so those of you who are new to my channel will not know this, but I have not always been the behemoth of a man that you see before you, and I was actually a skinny little weasel. Now, believe it or not, when you look at these starting pictures, I'd actually already been training somewhat consistently for about a year. The only thing I wasn't doing consistently was eating. Due to a lack of knowledge, my understanding at the time was that if you trained hard and made sure you were eating enough protein, that would essentially be enough to build muscle. I would even weigh myself sporadically and my weight would stay roughly the same, around 130 pounds. Sometimes I'd even gain a couple of pounds, so it was essentially main gaining before main gaining was mainstream. I just want to say, I do wish I had better pictures of me when I was skinny. However, it was over 5 years ago, so my camera phone wasn't very good, and also before I got into fitness, I wasn't too big into taking pictures of myself in my pants. After practically seeing minimal results despite the hard work, I decided to go all in on a bulk. I think this was literally the best decision I've ever made, and when I started to finally make progress. I bulked for almost a year and a half and finished the bulk at around 178 pounds, which funnily enough is how much I weigh now currently on my second bulk. However, I'd like to think I'm a fair bit leaner this time. So what are the benefits of bulking? So I think bulking has been demonized in the fitness industry recently. It's kind of portrayed that people on a bulk just lie around on the couch all weekend, eating ice cream and watching the Great British Bake Off, which sounds like a great weekend, don't get me wrong, but isn't quite true. If you're looking to build muscle and gain size, bulking is essential, as you can't build muscle without being in a caloric surplus. Imagine my 130 pound self main gaining to 160 pounds in a year and a half. It wouldn't be possible. However, no one actually specifies how much weight you can gain while you're main gaining. However, if it is more than a couple pounds a year, then surely it's just lean bulking. I'm currently on my second bulk, and I can testify that there are many benefits of being in a bulk, including increased strength gains, increased performance, improved recovery, and overall enjoyment with life and training. Lifting more weight each week will inevitably get you stronger, and a byproduct of strength is muscle. Being at heavier weight enables you to lift more. Take strong men, for example. They're all huge, as the more weight they have on their frame, the more weight they are able to lift. Once again, take me at 130 pounds to me at 160 pounds. Who do you think is going to be able to lift the most weight? More than likely me at 160 pounds, which essentially means I'm going to be able to get stronger and build more muscle. Another argument Greg uses against bulking is that you're just going to gain lots of extra fat, and when you're finished you have to diet for months and you'll have gained little muscle, which I do not agree with. The statement is correct if you're eating a very high surplus of over 500 calories a day and don't train hard. However, if you're eating a conservative surplus, I'd say between 300 to 500 calories and train hard, your muscle building potential is far greater due to the extra weight you can lift. Take bodybuilders for example. Their job is to gain as much muscle as possible. Do you think if main gaining was as effective as cutting and bulking, they wouldn't all just main gain? That they all just bulk and cut for a laugh? The final argument against bulking is that once you're finished, you have to diet really hard for months and months on end to lose all the extra fat you've gained, which once again, I do not agree with. When you're bulking, you're purposely overeating, so I don't know if this is just me, but I find the dieting part afterwards pretty easy. The first cut I ever did was from 178 pounds down to 160 pounds, and it took me roughly about 8 to 12 weeks. I can't remember specifically, it was over 4 years ago. The first 4 to 5 weeks of a diet after a bulk honestly don't even feel like a diet. You're just not overfeeding yourself, and then by the time you hit week 5, week 6, you're starting to see some abs, you're starting to feel more defined, you're excited to reveal what you've been working so hard to build. So for me, the dieting part is actually the fun part that comes after the year or 2 years of laborious bulking, but maybe that is just me. So who would benefit from bulking? So if you are someone who is under 15% body fat, running a bulk could be a good idea if you are new to training or even an intermediate lifter. Also, if you're someone who's looking to gain a great amount of strength, for example, a power lifter, or if you're someone who is looking to gain a dramatic amount of weight, so for example, someone who is a skinny 130 and wants to go up to about 160. Who would benefit from main gaining? If you are within 5 to 10 pounds of your target weight range, for example, if you're 200 pounds and you would never want to be any bigger than 205 or 210 pounds, then main gaining could be a very good option for you. Or if you've been bulking and cutting for a few years and you just want to maintain your weight for a while. Or finally, if you're an advanced lifter or you have reached your genetic potential, then your ability to build muscle is so small that main gaining may be the most enjoyable option for you as well. Who would benefit from cutting? If you are over 20% body fat, I'd highly suggest running a cut down to a body fat percentage that you are happy with, and then deciding whether you want to maintain, main gain, or bulk. So that's my 2 cents on the subject. I'm definitely not against main gaining, and once I get to a weight range that I'm happy with, I will definitely probably main gain for the foreseeable future. However, I just wanted to make this video as I think a lot of people who watch fitness YouTubers are skinny teenagers who are new to training who could benefit the most from running a lean bulk rather than spinning their wheels gaintaining like I did. Anyway, drop your thoughts in the comments below and I'll see you guys in the next one.